Number 5. Mammuthus primigenius. The woolly mammoth, nature's walking refrigerator, was proof that evolution sometimes just beta tests ideas on elephants. Around 30,000 years ago, these shaggy tanks roamed Siberia, standing 10 to 13 feet tall and weighing close to 15,000 pounds. Not skyscraper big, but definitely pickup truck with tusks big. And yes, it hated summer. Its fur was a masterpiece of cold weather engineering. Short undercoat, long outer hair nearly 3 feet long, tiny ears to hold the heat, and a fat hump for backup power. Those 12-foot tusks weren't for show either. They were snowplows with an attitude. It used them to scoop grass buried under ice. Basically the Roomba of the Ice Age, if Roombas came with four-wheel drive. For years, scientists thought it was just an oversized elephant. Wrong. The mammoth was the full-time groundskeeper of the Pleistocene, trimming grasslands, keeping forests in check, and maintaining the ecosystem for dozens of species. In other words, the planet once ran on a furry maintenance crew, more efficient than most modern governments. Then the earth warmed up, the grass vanished, forests spread, and a new species arrived. Homo sapiens, smaller, weaker, but armed with teamwork and pointy sticks. After surviving saber-tooths and giant bears, the mammoth finally fell to a few clever hunters in fur coats. If the Ice Age were an action movie, this was the brutal plot twist. Today, scientists are trying to bring it back. Not Jurassic Park, more like Siberian Park. The idea, release mammoths to stomp snow flat, reflect sunlight, and cool the planet. Sounds like a meme, but it's real. We're asking a species that died from heat and to fix global warming. If the mammoth ever returns, it won't be a king, and just a tenant on a planet run by humans. And you know what? Looking at all this concrete and smog, it'd probably snort and think, these guys learned nothing from the Ice Age. The woolly mammoth, the A-list celebrity of the Ice Age, the only creature wiped out by weather, and by over-enthusiastic fans. Number 4, Smilodon fatalis Smilodon, the muscle cat with steak knife teeth. The reason every Ice Age animal needed health insurance. This was the top predator of ancient Los Angeles, where the La Brea tar pits acted like a citywide mousetrap. A bison got stuck, yelled help, and Smilodon came running for dinner, then got stuck too. Dinner and diner both served medium rare. But don't call it a saber-toothed tiger. That's fake news. Smilodon wasn't a tiger, it was its own jacked up cousin. Short, thick, over 600 pounds, shoulders like a linebacker, arms that looked freshly pumped, and the tail, a stumpy little afterthought that like evolution ran out of parts mid-assembly. Its trademark, twin 7-inch fangs, thin, serrated, and as fragile as plastic picnic knives. One bad angle, and snap. So it didn't bite. It wrestled. Smilodon would tackle prey the size of a buffalo, pin it, and slice the throat with surgical precision. Quiet, efficient. If TikTok existed, it would trend under tarps, silent but deadly. La Brea fossils show something surprising. Smilodon wasn't a loner. Many had healed bones and injuries, meaning packmates cared for them. Picture a gang of prehistoric gym bros, protein obsessed and emotionally unavailable. Unfortunately, that loyalty got them killed too. One buddy yells from the tar and the whole squad jumps in. Then the world warmed, big prey vanished, and our muscle cat, trained to kill half-ton animals, had to chase 10-pound rabbits. That's not hunting, that's humiliation. If Smilodon lived today, it'd be an influencer, not a hunter. A buff cat with fragile teeth and no suitable prey. Scary in a barn, extinct by the weekend. Smilodon was the perfect killer for a time that's gone. The feline equivalent of a muscle car in a world of hybrids. Powerful, stylish, and extinct because it specialized too well in a job that no longer existed. Number 3, Panthera spelaea, the cave lion, the Ice Age's gym king, proved that muscles don't guarantee friends. It ruled from England to Siberia, nearly 25% bigger than modern African lions, tipping the scale at 750 pounds. If today's lion is a pickup, this was a Leopard 2 tank, just missing the camouflage paint. Cave art in Chauvet shows these bulked up cats hunting together, but oddly none had manes. Yep, the Ice Age king was bald. Our ancestors must have stared and thought, guess confidence really is the best hairstyle. Scientists still argue whether it lived in prides or alone. Bone chemistry says each ate something different. Reindeer, bison, maybe even hyenas. So probably a works alone, teams up when bored kind of predator. But brute strength isn't everything. In Ice Age Europe, the cave lion faced the cave hyena. Smaller, meaner, and organized. Fossils suggest the lions often lost, not from weakness, just bad tactics. Soloing 5-on-1 never ends well. Even a 750-pound cat goes down when 10 hyenas join the fan club. Imagine dropping this beast into modern Serengeti, one giant, bald, grumpy cat. The others would look at it and say, Uncle Larry? One-on-one, it would crush anything. But in today's teamwork-driven world, its personal best stats wouldn't save it from extinction again. Genetically, it's the closest cousin of modern lions, but spiritually, the overbuilt cousin everyone muted in the group chat for posting too many gym selfies. If it had a social profile, it'd read, trains alone, hates noise, favorite meal, reindeer. The cave lion was the perfect one-man army. And that's exactly why it lost. A monument to strength, brought down by the one thing it never evolved. Friends, if you enjoyed this story, hit like and subscribe. It tells the YouTube algorithm we're still evolving in the right direction. Number 2, Arctodus simus. The short-faced bear, or as I like to call him, the neighbor you pretend not to hear knocking, was the official nightmare of the Ice Age. Forget Winnie the Pooh. This was the version with a lifetime gym membership and anger issues. Standing upright, it topped 10 feet tall. Tall enough to tap on your second floor window and ask, hey, anyone still saving a seat on the food chain? Fossils show males could weigh a full ton, 3 times a modern Kodiak. But what really messed with scientists was the build. Long legs, straight feet, no pigeon toes like today's bears. Translation? This wasn't your lumbering honey sniffer. This was a carnivorous marathon runner. It could sprint 40 miles an hour, faster than the truck you're backing up in panic. For decades, scientists argued predator or thief. Some said it hunted horses and bison at supersonic speed. Others said it just bullied Smilodon out of its lunch. The evidence backs the second theory. Its bones say meat eater, but its teeth say doesn't chew bones. In other words, this guy wasn't hunting. He was looting. Evolution built it to show what the internet calls main boss energy. To put it bluntly, it didn't hunt meals, it claimed them. It waited for wolves, saber-tooths, or cave lions to finish, then walked in like a mob boss and said, thanks boys, I'll take it from here. Every meal was free delivery, no tip required. The funniest twist, its closest living relative is the spectacled bear from the Andes, a short, gentle fruit eater barely knee-high. From a peaceful vegan family, evolution somehow cranked out a 1-ton bully. If that's not a genetics lesson, I don't know what is. Title, When DNA Gets Bored. If the short-faced bear returned today, it'd redefine absolute dominance. Wolves would scatter, grizzlies would hide, Smilodon would cry in prehistoric heaven. It wouldn't even need to fight. Just showing up would make the food chain go on silent mode. Arctodus simus, the only creature you'd both fear and respect. Proof that in nature, speed doesn't always win. Size just cancels the rules. Number 1, Coelodonta antiquitatis, the woolly rhinoceros, nature's snowplow. It was evolution's industrial design project. It wasn't born to fight, it was born to clear driveways. Its horn, over 3 feet long, wasn't sharp like a dagger. It was flat, wide, and curved like a shovel. The kind of thing a Viking would pick up and ask, how do I stab someone with this? This 2-ton giant, about the size of an SUV, wore a coat of rusty brown fur and carried a hump of muscle and fat over its shoulders like a built-in gym backpack. Its short, chunky legs acted like 4 snow tires, keeping it steady as it bulldozed through ice. Basically, it was the only creature in history that doubled as both a snowplow and a tow truck. That weird shovel horn was its survival tool. It swung its head side to side, flinging snow away to reveal frozen grass. The strain on its skull was brutal, so evolution said, fine, and turned its nose into solid bone. Literally, the only creature to evolve a reinforced face just to keep working. If there'd been an employee of the Ice Age award, this guy would have won 10,000 years straight. And the plot twist? Its closest living cousin is the Sumatran rhino, a shy, half-ton forest introvert that eats leaves and avoids mosquitoes. One branch of the family cleared Arctic blizzards, the other hides in tropical shade. 2 paths, 1 lineage. One went to war, the other went to a spa. The woolly rhino was specialization at its finest, every inch of its body tuned for eternal winter, but that perfection was also its curse. When the planet warmed, snow vanished, grasslands shrank, and the world simply ran out of cold. Suddenly the snowplow had no snow. In a world set to room temperature, it became the poster child for being overqualified. If it lived today, you'd probably find it at a ski resort in Canada, muttering, "I used to be legendary." But let the temperature rise by just 2 degrees, and it'd collapse beside the fake snow machine. Final note, the woolly rhinoceros, the road crew of the Ice Age, born to thrive in eternal winter, and gone the moment spring showed up. Welcome to Beats Lore, decoding the strangest prehistoric legends on Earth. Next up, you choose the category. A, the creature that survived an asteroid impact. B, the animal that could literally pause time. C, the first flying killing machine in history. Drop A, B, or C in the comments, and tell us why. We'll read them all, and your choice might shape the next episode. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell, because next time, something extinct might just have a software update.